Hey, welcome everybody. So definitely would rather be there in person, but just this is the way it is. So we'll make the best of it. It'll be fun. So now we're going to talk about concessions. Now with concessions, there's different things. I like to say that you're a captive audience. If you've ever been to a big sporting event, concert, any big event, when you go into some type of concert stadium, you can't leave to go get food. You have to either don't eat or eat the food there. So one of the things is with concessions, you're captive there. Hence, prices sometimes a little higher than normal. Okay, I told you guys and girls that I go to Oregon football games. Okay, go there. I'm a Pepsi drinker. I think you know that. If I want to go get a Pepsi, there's normally two sizes, $4 or $5. Okay, and the $5 one's a little bigger, a little better deal, so I usually do that one. Okay, that's, I think, 32 ounces. Now, you can go to the Minute Mart, 7-Elevens, and that 32 ounce Pepsi is like $1. Okay, so you see the markup there. That's how much things happen. Okay, same with the food. Hot dog, $4 or $5. If you want a burger, it's like $6-7. If you want like a little specialty thing, okay, my cat wants to say hi. It's even a little bit more, $8-9. Okay, so that's going to happen there. Now, sometimes in a stadium, you're going to have generic food things like just regular hamburgers. At Oregon, they have special names, kind of duck related. You could also have name brand things. Even in Oregon, they do have some name brand stuff. They have a Dutch Brothers that they sell stuff at Oregon games. You could have maybe like a Chick-fil-A. That's in Atlanta. Chick-fil-A is in the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta United Stadium. So you have those type of possibilities, okay? So we're going to say in concessions, we're going to say that there's some different possibilities. One, fast food restaurants, okay? And that would be things like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Burger King. Okay, things you can get in and out, get in line, get your food, go. Some places have sit-down restaurants. Okay, the sit-down ones. You have some baseball stadiums like that. The Giants, San Francisco Giants Stadium, they have like an outfield place where you can sit, enjoy the meal, maybe pre-game or stuff. Baseball's a little slower game. Okay, I believe at the Minnesota Vikings new stadium, where the tunnel goes through, there's some seating there. It's kind of glass. People can go there before games, see people milling around. So it's kind of a different type of experience, but you can kind of watch the game and eat at the same time, okay? And then you have your drinks, okay? School related, so we're gonna do non-alcoholic drinks. But here's the things. How much of those do you wanna offer? Now, you normally won't have Pepsi and Coke. You're gonna have to go with one dealer. It might be a different brand, so you're going to kind of think about those. Also, how much different variety are you going to offer for those drinks? Okay, because think about it. Most of those are with the canisters, and how many canisters do you want to have to lugging all around? All right, so you got to think. Most places there's going to be, Oregon happens. Luckily for me, is a Pepsi place. There's Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. I think there's Mountain Dew or Sprite, one of those, and maybe like a Diet, if I didn't say that already, and then also maybe like a Dr. Pepper thing, okay? So you're not going to have too many different options, all right? Because if you have too many different options, it becomes difficult, and then you end up having to store too many different types of canisters, and that all takes room. That's inventory that's costing you money. So when we think about this, there's going to be different ways, because as a owner of your teams, you're not just going to let these people come in and do stuff and sell stuff for free. You're going to get a cut of it, okay? So you have to decide what's the cut. And the different types of cuts, and you can maybe jot this down or listen again, you have 1% of sales, okay? So you say, hey, if you sell $10,000 worth of food, I get 15% of your sales, okay? So it's a good way. You know, sales are always higher than revenue because the sales is just how much dollars went out. Okay. Remember, there's always cost involved with that. If you sell a hamburger for $10, you don't get $10 profit because it costs you a little bit of the cost of the hamburger and what you also pay for your workers and everything. Okay. So maybe 15% of sales. That's one way you can do it. Another way is percent of profits. Now, profits are lower than sales, so you're probably going to have to move your percentage a little bit. Okay, 15% of sales is going to get you more than 15% of profits. Okay, but remember their profits are less, so you have to adjust. Now, you're probably not going to be able to do more than 20% of any of these because they do have to make a deal. You can't say, hey, I want 70%, because that's not going to work. Okay, so it's percent of profits. Now, the last way you could do is, hey, flat fee. Whether you sell $5,000 or $500, you pay me $1,000 or $2,000, just a flat fee. Okay. Now think at your stadiums, how many people are coming to those stadiums to figure out. Oregon football games, 45,000, 50,000 people. Probably can charge a little bit more than a stadium like the Oregon basketball has 10,000 people that fit in there. So you have to kind of look at the size of your stadium. The fourth way is a combo of the two, a flat fee and percent of sales, or a flat fee and percent of profit. Okay, so when you do these in your directions, and I'll go over this in a different format, we'll be kind of going for what you need to do, and you're going to have to pick concessions for food and drinks, and the food is going to be fast food and sit down, and then drinks. So there's 3 different concessions that you're dealing with, and I want you to pick 3 different ways of getting paid for it. There's 4 choices, and you only can use each one once. Okay, so that means you can do percent of profit, percent of sales, flat fee, or the combos. Okay, but again, you're not going to do more than each one once. Okay, so on this list, you're going to do something where you are going to pick out some fast food restaurants, some sit-down restaurants, and then when you get to the non-alcoholic beverage, we're going to go with the companies, Pepsi, Coke, Jones Soda, whatever you want to do. And then in the second part, you cut it down, okay? And it'll be a little bit more clear when I go over that with you, okay? All right, so you should have watched this video first. When you're done with this, make sure you can refer back and then go ahead and click on the screenshot video that's going to show you the directions. All right, remember, if you have any questions, always email me, contact me through the Google Classroom too. All right, so concessions for your teams, here we go.